All right, so let's talk about some quick divisibility hacks. And in order to understand divisibility hacks, we got to talk about, well, what does that word divisible mean? So a number that is divided, or that can be divided by another number when the quotient, which remember is the answer to a division problem, so the quotient has to be a whole number and the remainder has to be 0. That is the only way, the two things that have to be fulfilled in order for us to say that a number is divisible by another number. So we're going to talk about just some quick hacks that we can check and see with a few specific numbers. So that way when we are doing our division problems, we have just a little bit more number fluency and computation skills. So let's start with the rule for 2. So any number, if it's going to be divisible by 2, that number has to end in an even number. So some examples of numbers that are divisible by 2 are the numbers 12, 38, 424, 88, 1,454. I don't know. You could think of any number, but as long as it ends in an even number, it is divisible by 2. Let's talk about if it's divisible by 3. A number will be divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. So here's what I mean by this. Let's take, for example, the number 231. So the sum of its digits has to be divisible by 3. So the sum of its digits, well, 2 plus 3 would give me 5. 5 plus 1 would give me 6. So 2 plus 3 plus 1 equals 6. So if 6 is divisible by 3, then 231 is divisible by 3. And sure enough, 6 is divisible by 3, so 231 is divisible by 3 as well. 54 would also work. 5 plus 4 gives me 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. 192 would be another one. 1 plus 9 gives me 10, plus 2 more gives me 12. 12 is divisible by 3. The number 111. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, and 3 is divisible by 3. The number 3096 is also divisible by 3. 3 plus 0 is 3, plus 9 is 12, plus 6 is 18, and 18 is also divisible by 3. Okay, our hack for the number 4. So a number is going to be divisible by 4 if the last two digits are divisible by 4. So for example, in the number 1012, the last two digits make the number 12. Oops, kind of cut that off. And if 12 is divisible by 4, then that means this entire number is divisible by 4. The number 224, the last two digits create the number 24. 24 is divisible by 4. Well, what happens if the number is only two digits? For example, 88. Then you have to look at the whole number, and 88 is also divisible by 4. The number 5036. The last two digits are 36, which is divisible by 4. So the whole number is also divisible by 4. All right, for our next one, 5. So a number is going to be divisible by 5 if the number ends in either 5 or 0. This one should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So numbers like 95, 100, 205, 1,115. Again, it just has to end in a 5 or a 0. Now, 6 kind of has the most rules in it. So in order for a number to be divisible by 6, it has to be divisible by both 2 and 3, which means we have to pay attention to what were our 2 and 3 rules. Well, for 2, it has to be an even number. For 3, the sum of the digits has to be divisible by 3. So both of those things have to apply in order for it to be divisible by 6. So for example, 192. It's an even number, so that satisfies the 2 rule. 1 plus 9 gives me 10, plus 2 more gives me 12. 12 is divisible by 3, so it satisfies the 3 rule, so that means 192 is divisible by 6. 324, it ends in an even number, so there's the 2. And then 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 4 more is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. So since it meets both of those rules, it is divisible by 6. 432 would be another example. 4,614 would be another example. And we'll go ahead and stop there. Next one, the 9. So 9. The hack for 9 is if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9. So very similar to the 3. So some examples here are 450. So again, 4 plus 5 would give me 9, plus 0, still 9. 9 is divisible by 9. 216, 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 6 more is 9. Again, 9 is divisible by 9. 6,768. So 6 plus 7 would give me 13. 13 plus 6 would give me 19. 19 plus 8 would give me 27. 27 is divisible by 9. So this whole number is also divisible by 9. And then last but not least are tens. So in order for a number to be divisible by 10, that number must end in a 0. So lots of examples here. We could do 80. We could do 5,990. You could do 1,682,540. I don't know, any number you can think of as long as it ends in 0.